So we're going to work on this 2022, my son's KTM 65SX, and the shifter lever just kind of got messed up. It's super sloppy, as you can tell. There's clearly something wrong. It kind of, the initial problem, it wouldn't shift past third, and then shortly thereafter it just followed and you couldn't hardly shift it at all. So it wouldn't go to it wouldn't do anything. So as you can tell, it is messed up. So we're gonna drain the oil out and open her up. So we just pulled obviously we're draining the oil, and these oil plugs are pretty neat on these KTMs. I don't know if they're all like this, but it's 65, and this is a magnet on the end here just to catch any shavings or metal junk in there. But it had this attached to it, which I believe is going to be the ear of the one little spring that holds the shifter. So if that's the case, it should be a pretty simple fix. So like I said, we're draining the oil, and then we'll take the cover off and see what we got. Okay, so we got the clutch all pulled out, and then of course we had to take the whole extra case out and the water pump, part of the crank of the case. And as soon as we pulled this out, I noticed exactly what the problem was. So this spring is broken. So just like we saw before, was this ear of the spring's broken. And I'm gonna double check, but I think it has to go up here and straddle this. I'll have to look and see on the schematic exactly where it needs pressed so that we got some spring on our lever. And then we'll be able to, it'll allow our gear shifter to get working again. So we'll take this apart and put the new spring on. Okay, so we got this back together, but I want to show you what we did. There's this little bracket here that you have to take off. We did a couple things to make it run smooth. This just holds the spring in place that had come off. So remember, our spring had broken. So the important thing that we had to figure out was the spring has an angle on it. And so this angled piece goes like this, which means that then the angle goes and catches on this round part of the metal here. And then you have to actually cross them. So we actually did it this way first. So I put this piece in, you can kind of see the broken ear on the new one, held it on here, and then I pulled this over with pliers and put it over here. And that way it gives our shift lever the right tension, whether it's going up or down. And then you put this back in, and that of course this just holds the top of the spring in place as it gets in there. And then we'll put everything else back together. I'll tighten that up in a second. But this spring on here, as the gears go up and down, this spring slides on these bumps for each gear. And I saw a guy, we did buy a new spring, but one of the things the guy did on the video was he pulled the spring open and basically just expanded it so the spring had more tension again, and then that just helped this piece seat on here a little bit more tightly so it can grab him and go up and down. So that should do it. So we'll put it back together. We'll put this here on there. There's a snap ring that holds this washer on there that holds this spring on, and we'll be good to go. Hope that helps somebody.